Lesson 5, cursive lowercase letters X, Z, V. Please make sure that you are in proper handwriting position to begin. Solid blue top line, dotted blue midline, solid red baseline, and then the descending space. Let's begin with lowercase x. Now here we're going to begin at the baseline, and this is going to be sort of like, instead of a little hill like we were making before, this is going to be a straight slope up to the midline. Then you'll be coming down sort of like the other side of the mountain. Okay, do you see how it looks like that? And then you have a little kick right there. Inside there, right where you left off here, you come straight up to the midline. Then you're going to cut into the X. So do you see how it forms like a little mountain? We have our little end connector. You go straight up there to the midline and then cut across. This is very fun. Start at the baseline, straight slope up at a diagonal. Okay, we're sloping up like a little snow mountain. Come straight down again on the other side of the mountain, have a little kick, go up from there to the midline, start there, and then you're going to diagonally cross into your X. Baseline, slope up, slope back down, little kick, jump up to the midline, and make your cross inside. Your turn. Now I'll show you how to make the lowercase z. Here's our midline. We're going down to the next midline, beginning at the baseline. The same as we did with the X up above, we're going to go up a straight slope up to the midline. Then you're going to start humping over, start rounding back down to the baseline. Then you're going to take a little skip up, then come down to the descending space, and you will make your forward left side loop in front. So as you come up here, it's just like a little hop. Do not make it too big, and don't put a little loop inside there. Baseline, high slope up, scoop back down. Do you see how I'm kind of going along the same line? I hit my baseline, then I'm going to jump up, like let's say we see a little mouse, and see a little mouse, jump up, come down to the baseline, and then forward loop and cross at the baseline. Baseline up, slope up, come down to the baseline again, jump up, because we saw a mouse, and then you cross at the baseline again. Now, do you see here, there's not an actual loop, but if we were to have something in front of the Z, then you do have a little connector in there. But this is how we need to practice it, and same with the X, as we're doing it this way. Your turn. Let's go down to the next guideline and practice the lowercase v in cursive. Beginning the exact same way as with the X and the lowercase z, we're going to create, starting at the baseline, we're going to create our slope up. And then once you get up to the midline, you're going to come down kind of straight more straight down to the baseline. You're going to create just a little bit of a V shape inside there, and then come up to the midline, and then you will have a high connector. So do you see it's a little bit skinny inside there? Do not make it too round, because then it will look like possibly a U or some other letter. So here we go. Slope up, come down to the baseline, a little V inside there, come up to the midline, and then high connector. Be sure not to make this a point. This is not a point. In cursive, it's a little bit rounded, but it's very narrow there at the bottom, but it's still rounded. Here we go, one more time. Baseline, slope up, come down, skinny loop V, okay, and then go up to the midline, and a high connector at the midline. Your turn. Now let's practice some words using these letters. First word will be max. Beginning, this is my M. I'm going to begin at the baseline. Remember, the cursive M gets 3 humps. So, a little slope up, hump over once, hump over twice, hump over 3 times. This word is going to be max. Go into my A, straight back down. Now here we go, pretending that we're going to be going into our next letter, which is X. So just immediately start going with a high slope, different than my little hill. You're gonna come down more across, so you're making it the same size on both sides. Where you have your kick, you go up to the midline and then cross in. That's what max looks like. Here we go. One more time. Your turn. This is fun. Next word to practice is jazz. J-A-Z, and we will have a double Z at the end. So here we go with our J, beginning at the baseline. Slope up, straight down, front loop. Don't worry about dotting the A until after you're finished with the entire word. Go into my A. Then come back down, and here we go into our Z, which is straight slope up, come down, jump up off that line a little bit, make my forward loop, cross at the midline. Let's go into the next Z. So from here, we just go straight up again. You tried that, that's fun. All right, now we dot our I, don't forget to do that. Okay, let's do it one more time. Cursive is so much fun to me. Here's our A. Especially once you get the hang of it. It's gonna be so much faster when you're writing in all grades. Here's my next Z. Double Z, and then we're dotting our I. Your turn. Next word will be view, and I apologize, that's dotting our I. This is dotting our J before. Sorry, I apologize. Here's the word view. That's V-I-E-W. This way you'll get to see the difference between the V and the W. So we come back down with a little sharp rounded corner at the bottom. Then it's a high connector. So then I pretend I start at the baseline and go right into my I. Come straight down. Go up to the midline, loop around for my E. Go up to the midline, come back down. W gets one rounded loop. And another U-turn. These are U-turns, sorry. Oh yeah, and then a high connector. But do you see the difference how these are rounded and this is a little bit more on the pointier side but still rounded? Then what do we need to do? Go back and dot our I. Don't forget. And it needs to be in between the midline and the top line, of course. Here's our next word, view. And the E, over and around, straight down, goes into the W. One U-turn, two, one U, two U's, and then high connector. Lovely. Your turn. Last word for this lesson will be face. Let's begin on the next line, bass line. Slope up, come down. Make it kind of a rounded, sharp corner at the bottom there. Come down, a high connector. Then we'll go into the A. Come straight down. Now go up to the midline. You're going to make a little Hershey's Kiss belly in the front. And then it comes sloping around. And then we go into the E. And it ends. Here we go. Actually, it's going to be an A because what do we have? We have a silent E at the end that makes the A say its name. Space. And the silent E. Vase. Excellent job. You all are coming along so fabulously. I love seeing the work that you are doing. And we will continue on. Before you know it, we'll be all finished with this and we'll be writing a lovely Valentine's Day card for your parents in cursive. So let's keep on working hard and I shall see you next week.